Trump's lead from the front diplomacy, a closer look. In a recent interview, Andrew Giuliani, a former special assistant to Donald Trump, offered a detailed perspective on the former president's distinctive approach to foreign policy, his engagement with global sports, and the shifting political landscape in New York City. Giuliani, who now serves as the executive director of the president's task force on the 2026 FIFA World Cup, argues that Trump's core objective has always remained consistent, achieving, quote, peace through strength, a hands-on approach to global conflict. According to Giuliani, what sets Donald Trump apart from other American leaders is his willingness to lead directly from the front, personally involving himself in the most complex and sensitive international disputes. He's somebody who actually leads from the front, Giuliani stated, contrasting Trump's style with past presidents who relied more heavily on their State Departments. He's not afraid to actually get in the middle of these policy discussions. Giuliani pointed to several key examples to illustrate this hands-on diplomacy. Russia and Ukraine. He highlighted Trump's direct engagement with both Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky, placing himself at the center of the conflict. The Middle East. Whether dealing with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu or managing tensions with Iran, Giuliani asserted that Trump's goal remained a peaceful resolution and that he was willing to speak with anyone to achieve it. When asked whether the relationship with Putin was more of a poker game or genuinely deteriorating, Giuliani maintained that Trump's ultimate objective was unchanged. The president ultimately wants peace, he explained. He believes in peace through strength, and he's willing to talk to anybody in order to get to that goal. He suggested that Trump has demonstrated more willingness than many of his predecessors to engage with controversial figures for the sake of peace. Sports, diplomacy, and American prestige. The conversation also touched on Trump's role in the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup, which Giuliani described as the largest sporting event in history, with its expanded 48-team format. When asked whether Trump is a genuine soccer fan, Giuliani noted that while the former president is a, quote, sports fan, his interest is also deeply tied to national pride. He loves being able to show off the greatness of the United States of America, and one of the ways he does that is through sport, Giuliani said, mentioning that Trump's youngest son, Barron, is a passionate soccer enthusiast. This strategy of leveraging major sporting events, from the Super Bowl to the World Cup, is presented as a means of showcasing American prestige on the global stage. The political battle for New York City. The discussion then shifted from the international arena to the domestic politics of New York City, a place of deep significance for both the Giuliani and Trump families. Andrew Giuliani expressed concern over the rise of the progressive left within the Democratic Party, specifically citing Zoran Madani's victory in the mayoral primary. Giuliani described Madani's platform as shocking, particularly his support for the, quote, full defunding of the NYPD, which goes beyond the previous $1 billion budget cut. He warned of a potential devolution of the city, with rising crime rates undoing the progress made during his father Rudy Giuliani's tenure as mayor, when New York was considered America's safest large city. He outlined a potentially fascinating and colorful electoral matchup, suggesting that Madani is the frontrunner unless a coalition can be formed among figures like the current mayor, Eric Adams, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, and Republican Curtis Sliwa. Giuliani defended Sliwa, founder of the Guardian Angels, clarifying that they were not vigilantes, but rather citizens who stepped up in the 1970s to provide safety on the subways when the city's government was failing to do so. A son's defense, Rudy Giuliani's resilience. The interview concluded on a personal note with a question about the legal challenges facing Rudy Giuliani. Andrew spoke with great pride about his father's resilience in the face of what he described as a relentless, 4-year campaign by the quote, administration and the left. He taught me so much about resilience, Andrew said, recounting his father's career highlights. As U.S. attorney, taking on the New York Mafia when it seemed impossible. As mayor, transforming New York from the rotting apple into one of the safest cities in America. His widely praised leadership in the aftermath of September 11th. I'm a very proud son and a very proud New Yorker because of my father, he concluded, framing his father's recent struggles as another chapter in a long history of fighting against formidable opposition.